Okay, so hello and welcome to the Code Maven channel. This is the English version of the channel. Hi, Ynon, and hi, everyone else.
Hello.
Okay, good. You have to say something, otherwise they don't get to see you. Okay, so in this meeting, we're going to work with Ynon on writing some tests or some automation with Selenium and Python. And I'm going to share my screen now. We're going to set up code sharing in Visual Studio Code. That's how we are going to start doing this. Okay. And just everyone who has joined, you can write in the chat. You can't talk, you can't share video, but you can write in the chat and we'll try to answer. And of course, we'll be happy if you just fix the problems that we make, because that's what I experienced in my previous live coding sessions in pair programming live coding sessions, that we are making lots of mistakes and or we just plainly don't know what to do. And the people who attend, they help and fix us. So fix it. Okay. So what you can see.
Can I burst in with a short hello?
Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. No, I don't want to. I can introduce myself, but that's not what I wanted to do. Hi, I'm Ynon Perek. I'm a freelance. I'm the developer. But in this session, what I wanted to say to you, Gabor, and to everyone here, the idea of having a session to write tests on a real system is a dream, a long time dream of mine. I actually write most of my tests in development. I write most of my tests in development environment, on a development database with all the data in place, like ready for the test, and it works. It's cool. But recently, the systems I've been working on started to become more complex. It has become almost impossible to create test versions because some buzzwords like microservices. And now when I look at the system, sometimes I'm not even able to set up a development version that will match the production version. It's like some services are being updated and are being deployed, new versions of them are being deployed all the time. And that's how we got here to this session, because my goal here in this session is to try to experiment with writing tests on a real live production system. And we chose meetup.com because it's big and we probably won't crash it. We won't do too much damage. That's always my fear when working on like real systems, production environment. And the idea here is to create a test plan, to run it from a CI, and to be useful, not to do damage, and to see how we can get useful insights from running Selenium against production build. That's like my 2 cents on this hour.
By the way, you're really optimistic about meetup.com. Yesterday, I was doing removed myself from some of the groups that I was in there, and I got like 4 error messages from meetup.com that they couldn't finish the request, and then they have all kind of problems yesterday. I don't know if they're...
Maybe it means we're on the right track. Maybe by the end of this hour, they will call us and say, hey, guys, we want you to write real tests to our production environment because it sucks now. It doesn't work.
Yeah, they wouldn't be the only company like that. Yeah. Okay, so let me share the link with everyone now in the chat, and I will put it on the video. This is the GitHub repository that we created apparently 2 days ago in order to have some skeleton of what we are going to do. And I also have it already cloned here on in my computer. It's here. It doesn't print out the whatever is in the Git directories. And we can go over this one. And what we wanted to do, and that's what we are going to probably start with, is use the Visual Studio Code and the code sharing of it. So, in case you're not familiar with this is Visual Studio Code from Microsoft. You can install this, whatever is called plugin. I don't remember. I think they're called extensions, plugins, whatever name they have. Do you remember where to install them?
I don't remember what we did.
Extensions, I think. Extensions here, I think.
You sent me a link and I just clicked.
And live code, I think that's called, or live share it's called. Yeah, it's called live share. So that's what we had to install, both of us. And then I have this project open now. I can click on this button and I can say share. And it starts a live server. And now it gave me, it says, I guess you see that the invitation link was copied to the clipboard. So I'm going to paste it to the chat, but only to Ynon for now. Okay. So this is just a URL.
Yeah.
And then before you do something, we can switch screens so people can see what you do on your side in order to enable this.
Oh, sorry, I already clicked on it. Okay, I can do that.
That doesn't really matter. Oh, you're already inside. Okay.
Yeah, I was already inside.
Okay, so you just clicked on it and it got you inside?
Yes.
Okay, that's also nice. In other cases, some people had to come here and then click on the other button and paste it inside the window.
Yes, and install some stuff, but because we did it that other day that
one more thing that I found out since then. If I open this, now I can of course close this, but if I open this, I can see you here. And I can click on this one, and now I'm following you. So if you're switching to a different
file, you will see
file, and if you're scrolling, I'm following. I'm automatically following you. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
So this is something.
Now in the README. You can see me now in requirements.txt.
Yeah, and everyone can see. I mean, people can see that I'm sharing the screen. But you can edit, and they can see this beautiful, whatever, it's not purple, whatever color it is. Now you even wanted to write to the bash terminal?
Yes.
I hope that make terminal read write for everyone. Okay, everyone, that's just, for now.
Just me and you.
And just please don't...
No, I just
reveal all kind of
Kausei, but you don't have it installed. You haven't installed it yet.
No.
I know. Okay, let's write some tests. Okay.
Okay. Let's run this test. Let's go over
the starter. We wanted to go over the skeleton we already have. Okay, go ahead. That's a cool skeleton because it has.
Okay, so basically, I don't know how to use this thing. We have the README file, just you saw it, the requirements.txt that only contains the fact that we use PyTest and Selenium, I guess. And then this is the test itself. These are just cached files. They're not really important for us. That's just Python when it's installed, when it's compiled stuff. So it's just that's our script. And then is a conf test file that basically is loaded by PyTest when it's running, and we put there all kind of helper functions that will be needed or can be needed by various tests. So we want to, it's like the shared files. So if I open the test access, what we have here is that we don't even need this one, right? We actually don't need this line.
Because you have browser and that's enough.
Yeah, we don't need this line. So we have this test that gets a browser, which is a fixture, and we'll see, and it's defined in the conf test. We'll see it in a second. And then with this browser, we can go to the meetup.com. We also print it just so we can see it, but that's not really needed for the test. And then this is basically the test that we are checking whether the title that got in the browser is equal to the string. The way, at least I work, is that I have no idea what I need to test. So I just print out first what is in the title, and I say, okay, if this is the title, then I'm sure that this is what I want to test. So
I usually set up a breakpoint there. I'll show you later.
Sorry?
I usually set a breakpoint using PDB set trace. I'll show you later.
Good for you. And this is the conf test. So the conf test is the one that already imports the WebDriver. So that's why we did the other one. This is the fixture that creates the browser object. It's a session based. So for every session we have for the whole session we have a single browser. I'm not sure if that's what we want.
Yeah,
but
it makes the tests run much faster.
Yes, but sometimes you would want to have different browsers saying, okay, I have whatever. Okay. So for the whole session, we have a single browser, and it has options. And specifically, we can provide to our test the ---- head, and then it will work
with head,
then it will work with the head or whatever.
With the GUI.
With the GUI, yeah. And the default is running headless. And the way we allowed PyTest to have additional flags is this. So we have this function, PyTest add option, and we said that we accept a flag code header, and then these options add arguments. The request config get options. That's how we know what options were provided. So we can now run this PyTest. Did you want to say anything else about this?
No. No.
Oh,
just
the yield part.
Everything is here. Okay. No.
So this code, this part, until the yield runs before all the tests, and whatever is after the yield, that happens after all the tests. So it's like the cleanup part of this fixture. Okay, I can run PyTest, and then you don't see much. Okay, you just see that it passed. You see that the test file, and there was a single test passing here, this dot. I can also type in -s and -v, so we'll see the printout, the -s for the printout, and the -v is just it will show the full name of the test function, and this is the -s that allows PyTest to
not to catch standard.
Yeah, so PyTest basically captures all the printouts, all the outputs, and -s tells PyTest to also print it out to the screen. So this is the print that you saw here. Okay, and what else? Yeah, and
basically, I think the best thing about this workflow is what you didn't show yet: the .workflow directory and GitHub action that we also added.
Okay, let me just show this, and then you go the other one. Do the other one. Okay, you explain the other one. So I can now run it with head, and I have to quickly move it because it always opens in my other screen. So you saw that there was this browser opening, and I just had to drag it into the view because it keeps opening in my other screen. But that's now it's happened because I gave the ---- head flag. And okay, so go ahead and explain the other parts. And I'm not following you. Once, yeah, okay.
You have the screen, but can you just go to GitHub Actions?
You go ahead. You do.
But I can share screen also.
No. You don't need to. You can share screen, but you can just open it. Now you're sharing it. Okay, that's also good. I meant that you can also we can use the feature of the follow feature of the editor.
Oh, I wanted to show the GitHub action.
Okay, whatever.
GUI. I don't remember the repo.
/s GitHub. Okay, that's okay. Go ahead. SZABGAB.
I have it in my.
Oh, you already have it. Okay.
You put it in the chat. So this is like the favorite thing for me in this setup. That's the GitHub action. Because
could you move the extra parts of your screen of the
chat
somehow? Thanks.
Because GitHub will run this action on every commit. We'll run all the tests on every commit, and we can see the test results here in our GitHub action. And for me, I think running tests in production means you'll need to run them all the time. You need to run them like, I don't know, 5 times a day, 10 times a day. And having a CI server that does all the work and just reports when something breaks is magic, I think. Currently, we set it up to run the test on every commit, but in real life, I think we will want periodic running of the tests, right? We'll have the test repo in a different repository than the real code and have it like every hour, every 2 hours.
Okay. Would you want to show also the
dot
file?
workflow? Okay, yes, I can. It's here. .github workflows. Yeah, this is the workflow file that makes all the magic. It takes Ubuntu latest, installs Python on it, checks out all the tests, and just run pytest-sv.
Okay. So what are we going to do now?
Let's think about some tests. Do you want to share your screen, or do you want me to share?
Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Okay, so go to Meetup. Let's create a test plan. So when we are looking at a system, a live system, we usually want to understand how it works. Now, sometimes if we wrote it, if we are the original authors of that system, that's cool. But most of the time, it doesn't have to be the case. And we want to understand how it works and create for ourselves some test scenarios, some stuff that we want to verify that involves this end-to-end, other than having the title correct. So you're right now logged into?
Yeah, I'm logged in now, so you can see the hike that I'm going to on 2 days from now.
So let's open an incognito window, because that's how our test will.
I'm using Firefox, so I don't know.
Control-Shift-P.
No, it's here. It's just not called incognito.
Oh, private window.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why the Control-Shift-P, because it's private. I never realized that before. Okay, so first, when we go into Meetup, we see a welcome page that shows us what are these boxes? What we see here? Make new friends, explore the outdoors, connect over tech, and that's like categories of meetups, right?
Yeah, I think so. Enlarge the fonts, maybe that will help.
It's like the categories.
The search.
There's a search. So when you look at this page, do you think we should check that the homepage includes all the information it should include, or start with the functionality, or verify that all of the components are there?
I mean, I primarily would not normally check functionality in these cases, I guess. I mean, on the front, I mean, I would check that the title is there and some text, some random text on it that I know that should be there. I guess this dive in, there are so many things to do on Meetup. There's some banner tags that might change frequently.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's no point to test it, but there's probably want to test that there is a banner, or maybe not. Maybe even having a banner text is something that might change.
Yeah, so that's I don't know. I mean, because I'm not familiar with the website, especially not in the way that it's not logged in when I'm not logged in. So I don't know if they maybe change it for every request, or for every maybe they might even change the layout for different people. We don't know that. I mean, we can assume that that's how it looks like now for now. But
yeah. Because what we want to do is, imagine we work at Meetup and we want to make sure that their systems work, that no system fails. And I'm looking at this. If maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe this site is built from multiple like services or subsystems. Maybe there's some URL to handle those boxes, those categories of meetups, and some other to handle the UI or whatever. This is not really helpful, right? The code they're just
No, not very helpful. I was trying to see something here, but it's like, okay.
Nothing. Inspect element, I think, will give you a better understanding. Inspect.
Okay.
So let's write down, when we look at this homepage, what might break. I think it makes sense to imagine there will be some banner text and an image. So there should be some basic layouts that we expect, maybe different categories, but some basic layouts that
I would expect the join meetup button.
The join meetup button, for example. We think there's some layouts to this page. So let's write it down. Let's write it down. What's there? What should be in the homepage as a first test?
Okay. So what should be in the homepage?
Write also. Oh, this is cool.
Hmm?
Read me. You write it here? No, let's do test plan. Test plan. So first test, homepage layout. What should be in the homepage? Because if, for example, the service that creates the boxes disappears or stops working or whatever, we want to find out. We want if suddenly their image server stops responding,
I'm okay with that. I just normally don't
find that out. So
spend so much time on it.
Let's just we expect to see in the homepage, and here we're not gonna make for ourselves some easy lives. We're not gonna check every element because it's just a webinar and we're just having fun. But maybe banner text, boxes with images, and meetup category names, join meetup button,
search
top
window,
header, login, sign up. What do you want? What else? Search.
There was a search here.
Search box. Okay.
Somewhere.
I can leave it at. Let's verify that we see all these things in the homepage. Is this one test, or do you imagine multiple tests?
I have no idea. I'll just start writing and then refactor.
Oh, that's an interesting.
That's how I just work. I just write whatever I can write, and then.
And when you're gonna start writing this, you're gonna start writing it as a single test or as multiple tests? The first.
Usually single test. It's easier.
Single test. Okay, cool. So we have our first test plan. Test number one. Test number one. That's so nice. Can we do another one? Let's take what do you say? We'll take like
search for something. I mean, if we can try to do this all this login and whatever, but that's gonna be either we need to really. I mean, I don't think that we would like to now to create the sign up thing, because that then we'll have to handle probably email access and all these things.
Yeah, we'll need in the setup, in the skeleton, maybe for next time, we'll need to prepare some incoming email, fake email server. That's how you do it?
I have no idea. I would never do this, but I wouldn't do this. I would just say, I don't test that.
Don't test sign up flow?
No. It's way too complex, way too error prone. The other parts of it.
Interesting. Yeah, especially if they have like a captcha or something. But we can prepare a test account and test login flow. Maybe we can do that.
So we can use my login to use this.
Do you want to share your password with the world?
Why not? I have only one password.
I'll log in as you, and I will create fake Code Maven meetups.
And you do the presentation. I'm fine with this.
I understand. Okay,
yeah,
so
someone is writing that that he can create an email address for us in 5 seconds. Okay, we can actually use the Gmail address, any Gmail address connected to our regular email. So we could actually do this by using also Gmail API and whatever. I don't think that we have
that the email was accepted.
Yeah, I mean, in Gmail you can use plus, I think, or whatever, and then add whatever text to your email address, and that's still your same email address, so you don't need to create new ones.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes, and then you have like a sign-up flow. You sign up with that email. You use Google API to verify that the email was sent, and then you click on the link in the email to verify the account, and you can log in.
Yeah, the other one that he wrote is Yopmail, or I guess there are a couple of these emails, these fake emails. I don't know what is Yopmail, but there are a couple of these fake email services that one-time emails that you can use when you want to sign up somewhere, and then you go to their website and you see the email that was sent to that address.
Okay, so let's leave that to the next time. We'll do a webinar. And
it's way too complex for now. I think.
Email API webinar with the sign up flow. But search, you mentioned search.
The search we can do easily because we don't need to log in for that. And login, we could try to do, or login, I could use my own password. And then I could try to, I mean, we can add it to the CI system without showing it on screen.
How can you? Okay, I'm not.
I
sure
have two
how
screens.
To do that.
I can do things off screen, and then here we don't show the actual content of that variable.
And we'll read the passwords from a file. So you'll create a secret file, and we'll read the content.
Yeah, and in the CI system in GitHub Actions, you can add to GitHub Actions secrets, and then you get them from environment variables.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, but first the search. What do you want to test about the search?
Okay, but probably we'll have to do that with a separate account. I don't know, whatever. Let's see. So search. So let's try. With the search. Just I don't know what. Let's search.
Wait. Clicking on a category. Do you want to test something about that functionality that you can click on the category and you reach some page?
You can allow Meetup. Well, I don't want to do either of them now. I just want to delay this.
I think you can click on the icon to make it disappear. No,
I don't want to block them. I don't want to allow them. I just don't want to do any of this.
Just ask me later.
Yes.
Don't talk to me now.
Okay.
Okay. So copy the URL. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do that. That's a simple test. Click on the category and verify. I'm writing in README now. Verify
and there are some entries here.
You can click on a category from the homepage. That's just something I would check because it's simple, you know, because sometimes you want to write that test that just does something useful, and you know that you can write it in like 2 minutes and it will work.
Okay. I would say that let's write a test now and then plan for further tests later. It's nice that you have a long plan, but we would like to do something here. Having a plan is doing. Right? Okay, so we have two tests planned. Let's talk about the search. Okay, let's talk about the search, and then we'll write all the three, and then. Okay, go ahead. Okay, let's do the search. Okay, search for. Can I get rid of this?
Search from the homepage. You can click back.
This horrible thing. So I can location where I am in London, and I would like to go on a hike. Okay, you see, so I don't know what happened here, but it didn't like what I just did. I typed in, and then I have to select this one, Greater Kingdom, London.
Yeah. So you first need to type in the type of event you want, and then the keywords, and then the location.
Yeah, but the point is that it doesn't allow you just to type in any text for location. You have to select one.
Yeah,
Now I
okay,
go,
but we're not here to fix their
and this is,
UX, right?
look, I just clicked on back. It will take us ages. It doesn't load now.
Okay. Okay, so search for a hike in UK. I write it as a test. So
Hike,
we have,
if I just type in hike, it will whatever find
zero out the
New York.
location. Yeah, but those are just UX. Someday we'll do a webinar on UX. Maybe not us, because we're not that great at UX. Maybe
Okay.
you are better than me in UX.
I'm a good critic. Okay.
But we know how
So
to
we have the
use
test plan.
Selenium. So let's do what we know.
Okay,
Right?
we have the test plan.
Okay, those are 4 tests. That's not bad for a few minutes. Test number 2, verify you can click on category from the homepage and get to its search page. Test number 3, verify you can log in with Gabor's. Verify Gabor can log in. And verify you can search on the home page for what you want and get to the result page.
Are we?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay. So we're
okay.
good.
So now I searched. I did an inspect element on this one. It's an H1 element. So
we're talking about you want to start implementing test number 1, right?
Yes. I would say let's compare this string for now, even if it's not correct in the general case, but that we have to test.
Verify there is an H1. Why do you want to verify there is a text?
Okay.
Why not verify there is an H1 with text like longer than 0?
Okay, how do we verify H1?
Write a new test. Okay, I'm going to that file too. That test access.
I can follow you, and are you going to write it, or I am going to write it?
What do you prefer?
Okay, that I'm writing and you're telling me what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, then
to search.
Okay.
But I can suggest.
Selenium. Tell me what to. Okay, we have to decide in this case that either you tell me what to do and I can do the search and whatever, so people can see.
I don't think you need to search. I don't think searching is necessary here because we know some stuff. Look, let me write what I know.
Go ahead and you write.
See where we get stuck. We have the test main page, but that's not a good name. We want test title, right? And now we have test homepage. And we know this matches the description we wrote, and we know there are some things we want to verify. I just copy them so it will be easier. Do you know if I can do like
Shift enter, Shift slash, sorry.
Shift
select and Shift slash.
That didn't work. Maybe Control slash.
Okay, sorry, Control slash.
Okay, so first browser get, that was easy, and we already have the home page. Since this thing repeats itself, I can use Meetup like for this one. Homepage URL. I'm not even sure it's shorter, but
it doesn't have to be shorter.
It doesn't have to.
It has to be the same.
Okay. And now I'll just do a PDB set trace. That's what I usually do.
Okay.
Import PDB because I like REPLs. So run the test. And
I run the test.
I ran it. Do you see
No,
in the terminal?
no,
Ah,
because
you
I
don't see
closed
my
the
terminal. Open the terminal. Can you open the terminal?
Oh, I lost the terminal. Terminal,
No.
new terminal. Now it's a new terminal. Oh no,
No,
sorry,
but
it's here. It was there. Okay. Let me
okay.
just let me close that one now. Okay.
Okay. So we're on the same terminal now, right?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah,
And that's cool. Now we're inside. We have our browser object that has a browser.title. It has some other stuff. I can use dir browser, find elements by name, for example, find elements by XPath, find elements by CSS selector. This one looks really, really useful. And now let's go to the browser. Do you mind if I share my screen? Or do you want to go to the browser on your screen?
Go ahead, share your screen.
Okay, so, but Zoom is not here. Oh, sure.
I don't see your screen. No, he's gone. Ah, Ynon is disconnected. Oh, that's not good. Ynon is back. Yeah, so there is a button. You should be able now,
Yeah, so you just kicked me out of the meeting.
No, I didn't. There are two buttons. One of them is called share. The other one is end session.
Oh,
And
I
I always click on the end session when I want to share.
I don't think that's what happened. I don't know.
Okay,
anyway,
I kicked you out.
Meetup.
Okay, I kicked you out because I didn't like the way things going.
maybe it's a Linux fault once again. Okay, anyway, banner. So look, right click, inspect. Now I have this H1 here, and I can use what? Copy CSS selector. This is like a magic button. And now we have browser dot find elements by CSS selector, and I'll just paste. Okay, so that worked. So we have an H1 with a class name text 3XL. However, that CSS selector doesn't feel right to me because I want a banner, I want that main banner, but this class text 3XL feels like it might change in different resolution, and it feels like part of the design rather than the actual structure of the page, right? So
well, that's just a big text. That's what it says, right? 3XL.
3XL, yeah.
Extra large, 3 extra large text.
Yeah, that's it. It means it's part of the design. If someday they will decide to use different design, like a bit smaller text, our test will stop working, and we don't want that. We prefer to like write our test based on the actual position in page that this text fills. Okay, like this is the first H1. Look at the structure. We have a main inside div H1, and then
do we care about all those divs? Just the H1, not? We just care if there's an H1.
I care if there's an H1, but the main is too big. Look, the main takes everything. So I just care if there's an H1. Is this the only H1? Let's see. Let's see if this is the.
There should be only one H1.
Main
That's
H1. Length? Doesn't have length. It has Right, because Python, right? Let one. Okay, so this is the only H1 inside main. So this looks good. Okay, this looks like something I can use, something I want to use. I just copy paste this.
You can just set that there is one. We can that can be a test.
Yeah, I can use find element instead of find elements.
No, do the find elements. That's fine, and then check whether it's only there is only one.
This is exactly what find element does. So find element. Find element make.
You just check if there is only one.
Okay.
Because you weren't sure.
Okay.
I'm saying the test should do this also.
Okay. Yeah. Headers. Assert headers. Len headers. Like this one. And header is header self. This works. Assert header text. Let's see how do we get the text? So again, I can take this first element. I have my debugging console. Oh, connection refused. Did you see it? Did you see the connection refused? It's like it lost connection to the. So continue. No problem. This happens. PDB set trace and repeat. Header, that's the header. Header text. Dive in, there are so many things on Meetup. So I don't want to verify the actual text because it will change, it might change, but I can verify that header text is like longer than 2 characters. Right.
Okay.
Makes sense. Continue. Okay. Here's the first test. Do you want to write the next one?
Sorry?
Do you want to write the next one?
No, it's okay that you write it. I mean,
I wanted to take a
you
break.
seem to enjoy yourself writing it, so you do go ahead.
I like writing tests. There's something relaxing about it. Okay.
Wait a second. No, wait a second. Test running.
Yes,
do the Git commit and fork whatever the repository if you haven't forked it yet, and push it out, and let's see that it works on the
on GitHub
system as well. If you have already done this.
Okay, I don't need to clone it because I'm working on your machine. I can do this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think our first. Right?
Very frightening.
you can't.
I haven't noticed it. That's my prompt. Okay. So the letters are so small. Okay, so this is the private window. This is this is the private window. This was the other one.
So I'm sharing, right? Everyone can see this yellow.
You're sharing.
Circle?
I'm totally confused now. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so it's running.
It's running, and this is really cool. However, I'll repeat that thing I said when we started. That's not how real life works, because we don't need to run the test when we change the tests. We need to run the test when we change the code, and the code is probably saved on a different repository because Meetup, they write their own, they have their own source control. So our end-to-end test we'll just need to run them once every hour. That's all the time.
Okay. Go ahead. Let's next test.
I thought you wanted to see the results.
It's green.
It's green. Okay. Next one was boxes with images and Meetup category names. I can do that. boxes with images and meetup category names. So again, inspect element, a bit repetitive, inspect element, but I want to capture the whole box or the whole boxes even. Here are all three. Grid. Again, they use those CSS classes just for styling. They have
data test ID. There is a data test ID in the next row.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
So this is something that some companies do, that they add a special attribute to some items for testing, and I'm not sure that I really like this. It's better than have no attribute at all, but even more companies do. But sort of, I think that the test ID and the application, the IDs used for the tests should be the same as the IDs used for the application.
I really like some testing libraries. I've been working with React testing libraries. So I really like how they use ARIA roles, the accessibility roles that many items have. And when you write your page correctly with the correct ARIA roles, sometimes the test is able to accurately find items. Like there might be
which test library does that?
Special component with a special name to that component. Okay. See, inspect accessibility properties, and here you can see how the roles of the components. And if you do this correctly, you can actually control these names to create, for example, a special name here for all the three. Okay, never mind. It's a topic for a different day. Inspect. So we have test ID. Let's use test ID, right? They didn't give us that for nothing. However, test ID, we have it here for each card, right?
Yeah. So this is like a class attribute, so that you can have many
data test ID category card. So yeah, I can use CSS selector to get all of them with, let's do PDB set trace again, running the test.
You like writing. I would just comment out this row every time and comment out again. You just keep writing it and removing it. Okay.
Yeah, okay, PyTest. What's going on here? PyTest. I like writing. And I can't see code commented out. Like I forgot I put it and I write it again. Never mind. Browser dot find elements. Now we know the name. Remember, we did a dir earlier. We did the dir browser. So we know everything there. Browser dot. I wish there was some autocomplete here.
There is, but not in the PDB. I think there are other whatever repos that provide you. Yeah.
Find elements by CSS selector. And we want this. We want data test ID to match category card. So you see, as much as I like to type, I'll just copy paste everything here because sometimes people do typos. And if there is a typo, then you type and you don't type their typo, and it's very hard to find the bug. Okay. An invalid or illegal selector was specified. Okay, got it. Find elements. Length. We have 3. That makes sense. What do you want to check about those things? that there is
there are these things. You can do that, and then the links work. And that's also a totally separate and simple thing to go over all the links and make sure that they work. But for now, just we have categories. And how many do we want? I don't know.
More than one.
Okay.
Like okay. I can't copy paste. Can you check? Let me ask you this. Can you verify that the image was actually loaded?
I don't, but you can.
How?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay. I thought that you were selling, just trying to see if I know it.
I know that for assert category cards, len is more than one, and for card in category cards, assert. Do you have card find selector? Can do like that's stuck. Card find elements by CSS selector. Element by CSS selector. Okay, let's run this. How do you check the image was actually loaded? Not that it has an SRC attribute, that the browser was actually able to find that image.
I would just try to access the image and download it for myself.
Download it to, no, it makes, there must be a way to tell Selenium check if image was loaded. There must be a way to tell Selenium to do that. Here. Like first on Google.
Okay.
See what they did. JavaScript using natural width of the image. That's a cool idea. You see what they did? They accessed from JavaScript to the image and checked its natural width, because if the image was not loaded, their natural width would be undefined or 0. How can I add that to our code? Just execute driver, execute script, argument 0. Oh. Execute script. Okay. Do you want to see if we can get this to work in Python? Execute script. PDB set trace.
You could actually run just one test here. You don't need to run all the tests.
Oh. But it doesn't have execute script. Maybe it has. Yeah, it has. Okay, let's do this. See if it will work. No object because that's Python, and no type conversion because that's Python, and just browser, execute script, image, semicolon, because it's Python. And we want result. Okay. So how did you say I run only one test?
You see in the -v, you see the green says passed.
Yes.
The next row is the full name of the test that we want to run, the one that has test homepage. And so we put it in here after the v space, and then copy the test/test access.py, the full name that has the double colon.
No, okay, yeah. It's easier to just it's easier to just run everything.
Well, it's easier, but if you have many tests and you want to run only one because you don't want to spend 20 minutes waiting for all the other tests.
Yeah, I understand. Yay! Assert loaded. The image was loaded. So basically, let's sum this up. We go over all the image card, category cards. We verify they each have an image, and the image is loaded. That the link to the image is valid. If the image server CDN has stopped working for some reason, this test will fail, and someone will have to look at the homepage and see what's broken.
Okay.
Okay.
So which image was that? Can you scroll down?
Right now,
just searching for a single image, Doug.
Inside this category card, you have only one image. In each category card.
Okay, the category card is the whole thing, not just the bottom.
Yes.
The bottom.
Yes.
Okay. Can you show me the code again, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we have some name of this category or the URL of the image?
What do you want to test about it?
I don't want to test it, but I would want to print it when it fails. So now it will just say true is not false is not true if it fails. And I would be happier that the test actually prints out which image failed.
So assert can have a second. Yeah, can assert have a second argument, right? I remember.
Right, and that's where I wanted to put I mean,
this one, the category name.
It can be the category name, it can be the URL of the image.
Let's put the URL of the image. It's easier. Image.url.src.
Okay, now and set it to false, the question. And let's see that it complains.
Okay. Web has no attribute SRC. It has no attribute SRC, so you want to do get attribute SRC. Let's see. Hey, yeah, do you see it? It worked. It would have been nice if all programming languages had the same syntax, right?
Then you would have only one programming language.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I put it in copied here the how you run the test, only that test.
Okay.
Because I know how to copy paste.
It's a useful skill to have. Do you want to go to test the existence of the search box and then finish with the test homepage?
But wait a second, I don't see that the filler is now, okay. Oh, so now it's a assertion error, okay. Good.
I changed it back. Do you want to write the, maybe you can write this one, the search box, the.
Okay, I'll
the search box.
Okay, and so what shall I share the screen?
Share the screen.
Oh, not this one, wrong place. Okay, so I guess I have.
So I can rest a little bit.
I don't know. Why do you want to rest? Okay, so theoretically, this should now pass, right? It takes a long time to run this git status, git diff, and we have some category cards here, some extra spaces that I don't like. Okay, and more extra spaces at the end. And we can git add git test image, category card, and image. Okay. So what did you hope that search box? So we have this.
You had
other
an
window
incognito or a private window. Yeah.
Yeah. This window and this window. So I have this window, and we are looking for the search box. So what is the inspect element? It's called, it has an ID called search keyword input. How do you copy this? I never know this.
You can copy CSS selector, but wait. I don't feel like this is the best element to copy, because if you only had that input, it's like you want to have that input inside the context of the search. So maybe you can scroll up a bit.
It has an ID
to find if there is a complete component. Look, what do you want to do? And 2 inputs and the button search. These 4 fields belong in one place. And you want to start all the tests from that one place. It's like in this form, maybe even above the form, you have the H2 for the text. So maybe up, higher, even above the form, because you have that H2 that I would put inside the form, basically. But okay, so
I would go now, at this point, I would go to the developers and tell them to add an ID to the form.
To add right, a search form, something like that, or maybe even at least a test ID. But
yeah,
maybe the developers don't want to talk to you because maybe they're on a different team in a different country and they are freelancers.
Yeah, it might be, and then that's the management problem. So
things sometimes happen that way.
Yeah, it's always happened that way. But
so we have form. Is the search button also inside the form? Yes, it looks like it is, right? Search and
value
form.
search here.
And
it's
form.
In some form. Maybe it's the same form.
It looks like the same form. So we want this form.
Let's find if there are, how many forms are there, okay? Where is this PDB? Import PDB.
You liked my trick with PDB.
I don't use PDB, but yeah, okay, we can do this.
Actually, IDEs usually have
how do you do this?
PDB.set_trace.
Yeah, I do it in it's the function, right?
Yeah, IDEs usually have a normal way to set a breakpoint, but I don't know how to use IDEs because I use Vim all the time. And so I found that this.
I don't use the PDB. I use different that goes back to the regular
REPL.
REPL, yes.
You can show what you do. Maybe I will learn something.
And there is actually an even better one, but I haven't looked for it. Code me event slides Python doc. So this is what I do. This is I used to do.
code.interact, and this sends you to a REPL. Can we see? Can I see?
And then
It
you're in
looks
the
better,
regular.
and then you have the autocomplete.
I don't so I'm not sure if I don't think that here you have the autocomplete. That's the different REPL, and they haven't tried it how to do that. I don't think that in this REPL you have autocomplete, or do you?
I don't know.
We have browser.
Browser dot.
I don't think that this REPL has. A different REPL has, and I haven't tried it yet. I just started to look for it, but I haven't tried. I haven't set it up yet.
Okay, let's continue
There
with
are
the
other
search
REPLs
box. You wanted to search to check how many forms there are.
So just make sure that I have this. Okay. So browser, find elements by tag name, right?
I use CSS selector all the time, but yeah, tag name works also.
That's one, right?
Len? Yeah, it looks like one.
I mean, there is a one element. I mean,
Okay, so we have one form, and it has that all those.
H2 we have 8. Okay, so just
yeah.
Okay, so.
And that form has all the characteristics of search form, so you can use that.
Form.
Now, find elements by CSS selector, for example.
Actually,
so we expect here to have 2 inputs and 1 button. So let's head back to the browser.
Find elements by tag name. Okay, these are the input elements. Okay. We have 3.
Yeah, let's go to the browser, see what's there. It'll be easier to.
How do you see, how do you do this? Okay, show me, because I would just go and do this.
That's good. And now you have, look, input with ID, search keyword input. That's wonderful. Okay. They have this correct ID. So form 0, find element.
First of all, let me just fix here this one. So this is forms. Forms assert len forms equal to 1, and then forms 0, just to make it easier. Okay, form equal to forms 0, and then form get element by ID. No?
Yeah, it's possible. I usually use the CSS selector and the hash symbol.
It didn't like me. How do I copy it? Why it didn't work?
I do a double click.
On what?
On the ID. And now Control C. Just mark the ID and Control C.
Oh, okay.
There is no get because it's find element by ID maybe.
Okay. And a value equal to hello.
Do you want to write something there? No, we're not checking the functionality.
We are not in the browser
but
we are in the headless browser. So normally I would run it with a headed browser, and then while I am doing this, I write in there something, and I can see in the browser
to verify that this is actually the right element.
Yeah, so I can see it in the browser that's being executed.
Yeah.
So let me try to do this. Just let me copy paste here this one. Copy. So I would do head. Okay. I have now this browser. Okay. And now I come here and paste the string back, and it should say hello here. It doesn't.
But it doesn't. It doesn't. I think it's not that bad that it doesn't, because maybe
this is how I give the
maybe sometimes some JavaScript code might not do you good. So I'm not that much alarmed by
so how do you fill this form now?
I don't want yet to fill this form. I'm just
once we have the attributes, how do you fill the form?
I think Selenium has a special method for that. Don't remember its name. Type, maybe. Let me Google Selenium type.
Send keys.
Send keys.
Okay. So I would do what? The value
dot
and
send
on,
keys, no
on
value.
This...
No value. Remove the dot value.
Here?
Here, yeah. And dot send keys. Send
keys.
Lowercase s, lowercase k.
Yeah, lowercase.
And underscore between them. Because remember, you use
we are Python
programming language than that demo. Okay. What's in the browser?
Now it says hello, and if I say foo, then it says hello foo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. But that's how I would normally
verify that you have the right element.
Yeah, that I'm doing it correctly. Form foo. Okay. Well, we wanted to search for hiking.
So now we just want we don't want to check the functionality of the search. We just want to verify that the search is there, that the homepage is rendered correctly.
For now it's okay. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm already in the middle of this, so I'm going to continue with this one. You don't ruin your successes.
So at least create a new test for that.
I'll do that. I know how to refactor. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So this is one input box. Where is the other one? The other one is called.
The other one is much more difficult. That's why I didn't want to combine the two. The other one is crazy.
Import location. This is the other one. Copy.
Because it will show you the pop-up and you need to click on it, and it's so weird. Okay, but you can try send keys. Maybe it will work without the pop-up. Let's see. You wanted London for some reason. Browser. Yay.
Okay. And the search button is input. It doesn't have a, well, it has a data test ID.
That's okay too, but you can use no, nothing, just data test ID. So let's use data test ID. You can see how I used it in line 20 above. Scroll up here, line 22.
Okay. It was just not category the card, but something else. It was search submit. Search submit. And this does something, and then I can click, or what does this do? Click.
Yes. No, because find element. You want to remove the S. What happened? Nothing happened, because typing keys into that, do you remember that? Just typing stuff into that right location box does nothing. The only way to set the value is to click on the value in the pop-up. And once the box gets blurred, the value is
Bug
deleted.
report. This is a bug report.
It's not a bug report. This is the design. This is how their system works.
This is a bug report.
You can't
this is a bug
type
report.
in a value in location. You need to select from a list.
This is a bug report.
It's just a weird way to create this component, because
also known as bug report.
No, this is not a bug. This is a feature. This is how the system works.
Okay. There are many systems that work incorrectly.
You type in some text and then you select from a list, and you must select from that list. It's like that text you typed in is not
London.
Blur.
What blur?
Just type something and then don't select from a list, and you see that it disappears.
It goes back to the original one.
Yeah. This is
horrible.
The way it works, that weird component.
Exactly.
It's not a bug. It's how they do stuff.
Buddha, Texas.
This will work because you selected from the dropdown.
Okay.
So we need to fix the test, the code you wrote, right?
Wow.
It's not, it doesn't help to just type in stuff there.
Okay. Yeah, someone asking if they can watch it later. This is supposed to be on YouTube after
this will be on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay, so what is happening is that this is horrible, and I'm going to copy paste this now.
No, but listen, you can change the test. You can fix the test, and here in line 41, after 41, you need line 42 to click on that item from the select box.
Okay, we can.
Maybe I see what I see. I understand now. Do you think maybe if you type in the full value, then it will remain there? That
I don't know.
You're doing like a text-based comparison.
Let's see what happens now. Okay.
Okay. Now it won't work, but yeah.
Why?
Because London GB is not good enough. They probably want London greater.
At one point, it was good enough for them.
Yeah.
That's why I copied it.
This. Yeah. Okay, now I understand.
I don't know. I just want to try to do this. And
I would click from the list. I would add the Selenium line to click from the list. And I can't see your browser.
yes, this is the magic I have now.
Okay.
Okay, let's try the other one, the other text.
But that didn't work, right?
This didn't work. Let's try the other one. Okay. Not just one. Not both of them. Okay, now it has two forms.
Why does it have two forms? It's the same test, and it suddenly has two forms.
Let's wait. Let's be calm.
Do you see how life is? It just
Okay.
changes all the time.
It probably was two form because I was moving the window during the time it was checking.
Interesting.
And I have no idea what's okay. So
This still didn't work.
where is this? So what if I press send and enter instead of here? How do you send and enter?
I don't remember.
Selenium.
And keys enter. There's like an import. You need to do one more import. A new import.
Typing the enter.
Keys. Yeah. Keys.enter.
Huh?
Keys.enter. But you need that import of web element.
So what do you need? Do I need with which one? This one?
Yes,
no.
But it's Java.
It's Java.
Not Python. Let me search.
So
Selenium Python keys enter. In Python, you do this is Java.
why? I told it Python.
Here's Python. Put it in chat.
Which one? This one?
Here.
Oh. In the channel, in the chat. Okay. So you say that I import this one somewhere.
And now you have keys.enter.
And then I can. And how do you say? I just say keys.enter?
Keys.return or enter. You can do enter or return.
Like this?
Yes.
Where do you see that?
You need to do send keys to that. You need to send it to something.
That's how we are expected to do this?
This sends an enter, but I'm not sure that's how we are expected to do this because I'm not sure in Meetup. Again, you had that double forms problem.
So we already see that sometimes the page, for some reason, reports two forms.
We can decide to take only the first one.
Yes.
What happened?
It worked.
I can't see it.
It crashed then. Is this error? Selenium common exception.
Yeah, because line 47. You see, after you clicked enter, enter submitted the form.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
So enter
maybe.
is here, run it again, and it will work. But you don't see the location. Look. You hiking in Modin, you're not hiking.
That's
in
where I
Great
want to hike
Britain.
anyway.
Oh, then it worked for you. You can say the test worked. Because if you don't click on the
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. So
it doesn't help. You can't.
So you wanted to have this test only to
I
check.
don't think you need this certain forms, because we see that sometimes we have two forms. It will be nice if we could somehow find the right form in some way, but I'm not sure what are the characteristics of this right form.
I would definitely at this point say if there are more than one forms, then somehow print them out. I would say I just comment it out. Okay. To do if there are more forms, print them out, because I wanted to see. I don't know why is there sometimes more than one form. Exactly. Is it really there, or it's some bug somewhere in Selenium, some bug in the website? I just would like to see that. Okay.
Exactly. We need more info. We can't, with what we have now, we can't disregard it, ignore it. We need more information.
Yeah. And then what you said, that they said that we wanted to make first this test to verify that the form is there, right?
First, sorry?
You wanted this test to verify that the form is there. And then a separate test to fill it in.
Yes.
Okay. So how do we verify that is there? Find element by ID, and then we just...
That's it. That just assert that it's not none.
Assert?
Is not none.
Yeah, it won't raise an exception if I...
And basically that, and the search button.
Okay, so all these, and I can run it headless now. And this should fail with this Zorg thing.
Because, yeah, 47.
But it shouldn't raise an exception. Oh, it should no, that.
Hopefully.
It should properly say that it is
unable to locate element Zorg. That makes sense.
So it's an exception. It's not just returning none.
Oh, the find
is raising. That's what I wanted to verify, because now the
no
test
such element exception. So you can assert no exception is thrown. Does it make sense?
Yeah, we can, but I'm not sure. This is what we want. It looks bad. Find element.
I would leave it like that, because if an exception is thrown,
but then it's not none. It's just assert, and that's it.
But can you do assert? That's it.
I don't even need an assert here. If this raises an exception because it can't find the thing, then that just raises an exception.
Exactly.
It's horrible.
The assert is just for us, for readability of the code.
Yeah. No. I mean, you can do this assert, yeah.
Okay.
It checks whether this whatever is there is true-ish.
Yeah. True-ish.
True-ish. So that's one thing. Okay, this is supposed to pass. And then there is another test, which is going to be something else, or separate test function.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you wanted. Test.
Search
form. Okay, we go to the main the form. How do we get the form? By the browser, we get the forms, and then we get the form, which is this hiking, and somehow we type in London GB.
You want line 43 also.
Sorry?
43.
Yeah, we also need this one.
Or change it to find element by tag name. Remove the S. That would also work.
Okay. Okay, I just opened the bug report. Okay, so how do you propose to click on that pop-up thing?
Oh, this is difficult because it will be hard to find the pop-up. Look, go to the Meetup page. The main page in private window.
Too many browsers. I have too many browsers open.
This one. Now start typing. Okay, now you want to click on Dallas, Texas, but when you do right click, you get a blur and it disappears. Look again. So nice. You want to do a hiking in, well, Frisco, California. Right click, and we lost it. You see how cute it is?
Definitely. Okay, so here is the thing. We can try to solve this problem and spend hours, maybe days on this. And it's going to be super fragile. I think at least... No, wait a second. Let me say what I think, and then you can do whatever you like.
I don't think it should take days. It's like...
Well, you're much better at this than I am, so for me, it's going to take days.
Okay.
The point is that this is a clear place where it's where the people who are responsible, okay, for the quality of this product, not the QA people, but those managers who are responsible, who are above both the developers and if this is a separate organization, the QA people, they have to understand, they have to be made understand that this is a problem, an ongoing problem, and unless the developers provide a way, unless the developers have to test this, they won't fix it. Okay, so really, that's, I mean, we can show how to test this.
It's also a problem to the users. This is the amazing thing that I think so many companies miss, that if it's hard to test it, this usually means that some user will not understand what it means, that some browser will not be able to display it, that some screen reader will not work very well with this weird component. Like weird components produce bad value, give bad value to users, to real users. And it's very true.
Okay.
So you don't want to
that might be more convincing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is. Both arguments are valid. So you don't want to check it. You don't want to test it. I think it's possible.
No, we can do this now. I'm not saying that we don't need to do this now. or we shouldn't do this. What I'm saying is that people in QA have to, or those people who have to write this, they have to be able to say it and tell the appropriate managers that this is incorrect. This is a waste of time, and it's going to become a fragile test because clearly the developers who wrote this don't understand the problem testing it. Otherwise, they wouldn't write this thing, or wouldn't. Okay, so clearly they don't have this understanding, and if they don't have the understanding now, then it's going to be at any point they might change it.
Yeah.
To something slightly different, but still, and then the whole test is going to break.
Yeah,
and it's just and maybe it's just the test that breaks. Maybe the users will be able to keep using it.
Exactly. They don't see the users. They see like they'll see only one type of users. The users that have a mouse, that have a screen, that have they see only one type of users. And
okay.
Look, you don't have a mouse. What do you do now? What do you do when you have a keyboard only machine?
Let's try to London. I can actually do this.
You clicked down arrow and then what?
Yeah,
and then
let me try to do this. FR, and then I go to Fremont with an arrow, with the arrow,
and type enter,
and then that worked.
So let's do that in Selenium. That's a cool trick you found.
Okay.
You see, it didn't take days. It just took to find the right trick.
So well, yes and no, sort of, because now we will have to assume that the first thing is the one that we need here.
Yeah. Yeah. But so if you type London GB, then it's the first.
I type in London.
Yeah,
and I can click on the first one. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
And then get the text and compare it to what we are expecting there.
You are a tough tester, but okay, I can live with that.
Okay. So we have this, but now we are.
So like we have keys.enter.
Test search form. Sorry, test search form. And
look, like you have keys.enter, you probably have keys.down arrow or something. Know how to complete, of course, because life. Selenium keys down. Oh. Dot down. That's just dot down, capital case. Dot down.
But why is there no keys? Name error. Keys is not defined.
Next time, use my method with the PDB set trace. Maybe PDB is not a local. It came from an import. Down in capital case, but it won't work for you here, only in the code. Yeah, now we can do the dir keys. Will probably work. So they have down and arrow down. Both down and arrow down. That's very interesting.
Okay. And we would like to do this, that on this one.
Yeah.
On this one we send actually, or we just.
Yes. On this one, after London GB.
I know, why is it connected to anything?
Not right now. Right now, just.
Oh, because code, we are headless now. Sorry.
Yes. In the code, just add.
Sorry. I wanted to do this send key, right?
I want to send key the London and the down, everything you want to do from here. Okay.
And then keys.
No, you
down.
haven't typed in the London GB yet.
Yeah, it executed this one.
Ah, okay.
And then this one. But we don't see anything. So why not? What happens now?
Maybe browser the title. Let's see if the title changed.
No idea. No, probably not. But
run this in head full mode. With
yeah. Just a
both
second.
lines.
I just wanted to.
Let's see what happens.
Someone is writing about IE sec 6. Okay.
No, we don't have I6.
Wait a second. It's not just that. It's down arrow and enter.
And enter. Ah, you didn't do enter.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me clear this now. How do you clear the field? You remember?
There's a method, dot clear maybe.
Where are we now?
You don't have keys, you need to import it again.
I don't understand why we don't have
Next
this.
time, use my method, pdb set trace.
You wanted me to show this one.
Now I understand why I use pdb set trace. Okay, what happened? We're back in modding. This is cool, actually.
And what is the
This
title?
doesn't work. No, but the location didn't work. Location
No,
didn't work.
that's different title, right?
They moved page. Look, you are now searching for hiking trips in Modi'in.
Ah, it's Modi'in?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Which is what you wanted in the first place, but
yes,
that's not the test.
Okay.
Okay, I think we can drop it. I don't think.
Okay, another person went.
You need another enter.
Sorry?
You need another enter in line 56.
So this code works, but it doesn't, let's see if it works. It's, by the way, almost 12 o'clock now.
Yeah, let's after we have the test, let's do it.
So this is passing now, but let me get the value from here.
Then one more line, 58, put it after the enter.
But after the enter, it already goes to the next page.
That's a problem. That's exactly the problem. Because you don't want to send the enter key to the search location box. That's our mistake in line 57. When you use the keyboard, you press down arrow and then you send the enter key to what was in focus, and that was the pop-up. So in order to actually simulate what we have in scene on the browser, we need to change the focus to the pop-up.
It doesn't have value?
But it has, but it won't help you. It will not be there, the right value.
But it just said that the element doesn't have a value. Web element object has no attribute value.
Anyway, it is not useful. It's not the right test. And the down arrow also has that same problem. So basically what you want is to do send keys and then down arrow. Normally in down arrow, it's okay to leave it, but because normally in the browser, the down arrow changes focus. But in our Selenium, it doesn't matter because you send the keys to a specific element and not to the element that is currently in focus. But maybe you can do browser.
We can get the currently focused element.
Try to change it to browser send keys. Oh, it's an action chain.
Sorry?
It's an action change. Action chain. Pasting.
You want me to add it here? That's what they are saying?
An action chain. That's what they are saying. And okay, let's stop here because it's getting late, and I think we have two tests which are okay, and we'll have to explore a bit more about the action change. No, send keys won't help you.
This doesn't work?
No. It's an action chain. We'll have to explore about it a bit later. But basically, we want to send the keys to the element that is currently in focus. And the assert failed because you commented out line 57 with the enter. So if you want it. Now this test passes.
Okay.
So let's wrap this up.
To do
action chain. I put in chat. I put the link in the chat. You can just paste.
Shall I include this or what?
Yeah, I think just paste the link from the chat that I put into chat, and for next time we can.
Okay, so the tests are supposed to pass now.
So basically, we wrote two tests to verify the homepage, some elements on the homepage that we think should be there, and to verify that we can search for events using the form without changing the location, by using the default location that is what's near us. What do you think?
That's what we did.
It's a good start. Right? It's a good start.
I stop sharing.
Okay. So
how do
in
we
a real world scenario, like how many tests do you think a site like Meetup needs?
It doesn't need tests because it has users.
No.
And the
That's
users
like-
will complain, and we will disregard it. How many tests? I have no
How many?
idea. Meetup.com is pretty big. There are lots of features. It's a lot of mess. I know. I use it a lot, and it has all kind of issues.
Like
I think
dozens,
hundreds,
thousands.
thousands. And it all depends what you call a test, okay? But if it's several steps of interaction, whether you call that a test or it all depends that. But there are a lot of things to do.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. So we have 2 out of a few hundreds.
Okay.
But we
now we start charging money for it, right?
No. I think you can start charging in the 100s when you after you pass 100 tests, you can go to them and say, "Hey, look, we have." No, but they're writing tests, no doubt, because they have test ID, and no doubt they're writing tests. So, but it was a cool game. Okay, I found it useful. I hope you did too. And let's talk with think about how to continue.
Okay, so for now, thank you for everyone being around. And we'll put the video on the Code Me event channel, and we'll also put a link to your channel and whatever.
I don't have.
You don't have a channel?
I have a channel actually, but
you don't
it's only
use it.
Hebrew. This is the first time I speak English in a
live video,
live real world situation. This is very exciting actually.
Okay, good. So thank you for doing this, and thank you for watching. And please like the video and share it with everyone and follow the channel.
Yeah. Okay.
All this
Okay. Bye bye, Gabo. Bye everyone.